In this lecture, guys, I'm going to talk about a list comprehension. For some of us, list comprehension looks a little bit complex, but here I'll try to simplify list comprehension for all of you. So list comprehension is nothing different. It's just a shorthand. I would say it's just a precise way of writing a for loop to generate a particular list. So let's try to understand a list comprehension with respect to a practical example. So here, let's suppose someone has asked me that try to generate a list where you have to take a number from 0 to 9, let's suppose, and then for every number you are supposed to hold a square inside a list. It simply means that I'm looking for a kind of a list where I'm holding a square of each and every number between 0 to 9. So obviously I can do it. So I can do it maybe in a multiple ways. So here, one of the ways is I can try to create an empty list. I can write for I in a range of 10. So it is going to generate a data between 0 to 10, which is going to exclude 10. So 0 to 9, obviously. And then I can try to write over here that L dot, so list dot append. So in an empty list, I can keep on appending what? I can try to append a square. Okay. So whatever data will come over here, so I will keep on appending it. And then finally, I can try to print a list. Okay. Finally, I can try to print a list. So here you will be able to find out that I'm able to generate a list L. Okay. And inside that, every data that we have is a square of a number between 0 to 9. So this is something which I'm able to do it by writing this 4 line of a code, or precisely 3 line of a code I'm able to write. And then with the help of this code, I'm able to generate even this particular part. Now, same thing can be done even by using a different kind of a approach. How? Let's try to understand. That is something called as list comprehension. So here I can try to give a square bracket, open and close. I can write for I in a range of maybe 10. Fine. So same piece of a code I'm going to write, and whatever outcome I'm looking for, so maybe I can try to hold it in a beginning. So I square, then execute. You will be able to see that just in one single line, I'm able to adjust the entire piece of a code. Now, this is something called as list comprehension. Okay, this is something called as list comprehension. So where just in a single line, I'm able to write a same piece of a code. I'm not writing anything different over here logically, but yes, so I'm trying to make it precise. So instead of writing a 3 line of a code, I'm just able to do it just in a single line. This is what you all will be able to find out with respect to a list comprehension. So now here, how the things is working, let's try to understand. So here for I in range, fine. So for I in range, same thing. Now, whatever output which I am looking for, so I'm just trying to write a logic over here. So I'm looking for a data, right? So whatever data that we have inside this range, which is going to be 0 to 9, which is going to be 0 to 9. So try to extract a data one by one, try to do a square of it and hold it inside what? Hold it inside a list. This is what I'm trying to perform. And because of that, I'm able to get this kind of a outcome. So hope all of you are able to understand what is the meaning of list comprehension. So list comprehension is just a shorthand, just a precise way of writing maybe a lengthy code into single set of a line. That's it, nothing more than that. If you are not comfortable with this particular set of a code, maybe you can try to go ahead with this one. It's completely fine. There is no issue at all. You can write even this code or maybe even this code. Both code is going to work in an exact same manner, and both code is going to give you the outcome. Now, here in this particular lecture, I'll try to focus on a list comprehension. So I'll try to show you more and more example with respect to a list comprehension. Okay, let's get started. Now, let's suppose someone is asking me a question that try to filter out only even number. Okay, try to filter out only even number in between 0 to 19. Fine, I'll be able to filter out, not an issue at all. So for I in a range of 20, so that I will be able to generate a data. So here I will be able to generate a data. Now let's try to keep it inside a list. I'm looking for an outcome which is going to be a list. So for I in a range of 20, okay, fine. Now you can write a condition in the same line. So like we used to write a if else kind of a statement. So you can try to write a condition even over here. So you can write it down over here that if I percentile or I remainder 2 is equal to 0, right? So I'm writing a if condition, then give me the outcome. So outcome, you are going to write it in a first place. So here I is going to be the outcome. So keep on giving me outcome. Now execute it. You will be able to find out all the even number in between 0 to 19. Very simple, because this range is going to generate a data between 0 to 19. So here is my for loop. After that, I'm writing a condition and then I'm holding the final outcome, which is going to apply with respect to this particular condition. Fine. Now let's try to understand a couple of more example with respect to a comprehension operation. So here, let's suppose I have a data set. So where I have SUDH, then I have maybe KUMAR, then I have maybe PYTHON, Python, then I have maybe a Java over here. So this is a list that we have. Okay, that's completely fine. Now someone is asking me that try to generate a list where all the data sets should be available in a uppercase. As of now, data set is available in a lowercase, but the condition is try to generate a data set where all the data set, try to generate a list, a proper list you have to generate where all the data sets should be available in a uppercase. Okay, fine. So I can do it even in a regular way. So I can try to create an empty list. I can try to keep on converting data into an uppercase and then keep on appending a data into an empty list. That is one of the approach. The other approach is maybe I can try to do a list comprehension. So for I in WORD word, okay, fine. So whatever data it is going to give, whatever data, right? Whatever data it is going to give. So what I can do is I can simply try to write I dot upper over here as a function and then execute. As you can see, we have a data SUDH, Kumar, Python and Java, SUDH, Kumar, Python and Java, but everything is converted in what? It's converted into a uppercases. Very simple. Now I'll try to take again one example with respect to the same data set. Now here the situation is that try to extract the first letter of each and every string that we have inside this particular list. First letter of each and every string. So yes, I will be able to extract. I just have to access the data, right? And then data of 0. If I'm able to do it, I will be able to get a very first letter. So it's completely fine. I'm going to iterate through the data one by one. So first it will go over here. So I is equal to SUDH. And from that particular I will try to extract I of 0. Execute. So as you can see, SKPJ. S first letter, K again first letter, P again first letter, J again first letter. From this one I am able to extract a first letter from each and every string that is given over here. So again, bingo, I'm able to fulfill my requirement. Now, so hope all of you are able to understand this list comprehension. So list comprehension is not that tough. You are just trying to optimize a code. You're just trying to optimize a number of line of a code. That's it. Nothing more than that you are trying to perform. Okay, now if someone is asking me a question that try to generate a cube of a data between 0 to 9, but this time as a data that you are trying to generate, so you have to take original data and its cube both together. So means 0, 0 of q, 1, 1 of q, 2, 2 of q, 3, 3 of q. All of this data you are supposed to keep together. How I will be able to generate it? Let's try to understand. So what I will do is I'll try to write for I in a range of, right? So in between 0 to 9 I have to generate. So I in a range of, and here I can try to give bracket. Okay, so I'm looking for an outcome. So outcome wise, what I'm looking for? I'm looking for a data, means original data, okay, means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'm looking for its q. So I and then to the power 3 I can try to give. Now if I'm going to execute, you will be able to find out that it is giving me tuples inside a list, and if you'll try to look into the data closely, so this is my data, this is its cube, data cube, data cube, data cube, data cube, and so on. You all will be able to find out. Simple, right? It's very simple. So again, I'm just running a for loop, nothing more than that, and just capturing a outcome over here. Okay, that's completely fine. Now let's suppose someone has given me a list. Okay, So let's suppose L someone has given me. And here inside a list, I have a list again. I have a multiple list once again. Okay, fine. So I have a list inside a list 4 commas 3 comma 4. Fine. Now the question over here is that this is the list which is given to me. Now out of this list, I am supposed to remove this nested list and I'm supposed to create a flattened list. I'm supposed to create a unraveled list. How I will be able to do it means the final list which I'm looking for should have 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 4, 3, 4 within a first list itself, not inside list inside a list. Okay, fine. So let's try to flatten this particular data set and let's try to extract a data in a flattened way. So what I can do is that I can try to write a code. So for I in this particular L, okay, this particular L, and then I can try to write once again for maybe, let me write down in this way. So I can try to enclose it within a square bracket first of all. Okay, fine. So let me try to enclose this within a square bracket. Now for I in L, it will try to extract this data, then this data, and then this particular data it is going to extract. Okay, that's completely fine. Now once it will be able to extract this particular data, let's suppose I is equals to this. Okay, I is equals to this one. Then again I have to go through the loop so that I will be able to extract a data inside a data, because in the very first iteration, if I'm going to write this particular loop, so I value is going to be this list, then this list, and then this list in a respective iterations. So I have to extract a data, right, out of again this particular list. So what I can do is, again I can try to write for j in basically I, j in I. And let's try to capture, let's try to return j over here. Let's try to give outcome as j over here. Now if I'm going to execute it, you will be able to find out that 3, 4, 5, yes, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 3, 4, 4, 3, 4. So here it's very simple approach, guys. First I'm going through this data and then again I'm running a loop. So first I'm going through this data with the help of this particular loop, and again I'm running a loop, and whatever the second loop is going to give me, j, I'm just trying to throw it as a outcome. That's it. And in this way, I'm able to flatten this entire list that you are able to see on my screen. Okay, now this is one of the example. Now let's suppose I have another list, and here, so we have 4, 5, minus 5, minus 3, 5, minus 6, minus 7, minus 3. Okay. So this is a data set that we have. Now someone is asking me that try to filter out only a negative data. So wherever we have a negative data, just give me that data inside a list. I'm not looking for anything. I'm just looking for what? I'm looking for a negative data over here. Okay, let's try to extract. So I can write a code over here. So for I in, and then try to enclose it within a list bracket because it's a list comprehension. So for I in L, now I can try to write a condition that if I is lesser than 0, I is, so I'm writing a condition over here instantly. If I is lesser than 0, then only return me what? Then only return me I. I should write I inside this particular list comprehension. So here is a deal. Here is a data that we are able to find out. So here we are able to get all the data which is available in a negative format. Simple, right? So with the help of this particular comprehension, we are able to write a logic, we are able to write a conditions over here, we are able to write the loop, and then we are able to capture the data set. Okay guys, now let's try to see some other examples. So here I'm going to take a text example, and here I have alphanumeric kind of a data. This is a very, very long text and it's not readable to me, right? It's not readable to me, as you can see. Now someone is asking me a question that try to extract only digit from this particular data set. This data set is a little bit like a kind of a jumbled up data set, so where I'm not able to see properly that where is a character and where is a digit, and I have to extract only and only a digit in a form of list. Okay, I can do it, I believe. So here I can write a list comprehension for I in text. So just go through each and every character one by one, one by one, one by one, one by one. Okay, fine. And then do what? So then try to check. So if I dot is digit, there is a function, inbuilt function digit. So in a string, so if I is digit means if this is going to be true, right? Then return that particular I. Now execute. So here is our data that we are able to receive whatever data is available into a digit format. But my question was a bit different. You have to extract all the data into a numeric format, but as of now, all of this data set is available into a string format. Quotes, right? Inside a single quote. What I can do? I can simply do a typecasting over here. Very simple, right? I can do a typecasting over here. Now here is a data. So here is a digit. You are able to find out which is a part of this particular string. You can even cross check manually just going through each and every character inside this particular text. You will be able to find out the exact same kind of a data, nothing different, nothing else over here. Okay, fine. Now, so I'm going to show you one last example with respect to a list comprehension. So where I'm going to use if and else. As of now, I'm using if everywhere. So in a multiple examples, I have already used if statement. Now I'll try to use if with else over here. So now let's suppose I have a list, okay? And inside this list, I have a couple of numbers, even numbers, and I have a odd number. Okay, fine. Now you have to prepare a final list. You have to prepare a final list. So wherever you are able to find out even number, so wherever you are able to find out even number, so just try to write even in a string format. And wherever you are able to find out odd number, just try to write ODD odd. Means you have to prepare a list, an alternative list you have to prepare. So wherever we have even number, write even. Wherever we have an odd number, write odd. That is the order which I am looking for. Okay, so for I in L, I can try to write, fine, I can try to write for I in L, and here I can write a condition that if if I, so I have taken variable as I, right? So if I is divisible by 2 means equal to 0, in that case, right? In that case, try to return what? Try to return even. So here I can write, try to return what? Even. If this is a case, then you can try to write else. Try to return what? Odd. Okay, execute. 3 odd, 4 even, 5 odd, 6 even, 7 odd, 8 even, 8 even, right? This was a list which I was looking for. So again, it's very simple. I'm just going to the data set. That's it. And then here I have written an outcome. This is the outcome, right? This is not a filtration. This is the outcome which I have written, that if whatever I you are able to get, if it is divisible by this, return this one, otherwise return this one. That's it. So here I'm able to write if else kind of a statement. So any kind of a if else elif statement I can try to write inside a comprehension itself, and I will be able to write a code. I will be able to build a logic. So just try to practice all of these things, guys. Hope you will find yourself in a comfortable zone, because at the end of the day, it's just about the practice. That's it. And it's just a fashion of writing a code. Maybe if you are finding it difficult to write some sort of a comprehension, you can go even in this way. There is no issue. You can even go in this particular way. There is no issue at all. But yes, if you are comfortable in writing a comprehension, please write a comprehension, because it is going to optimize a number of lines of a code. It is not going to optimize the complexity, right? So time complexity, it is not going to optimize. Space complexity, it is not going to optimize. But yes, number of line of code wise, it is going to optimize for all of you. So with that, thank you so much, everyone. See you again in my next video.